Welcome to this next demonstration. In this video, I will be showing you how to handle the hem of a sleeve as well as inserting the lining. So the first thing you'd like to do is make sure that you miter the corners of your vented sleeve. Now here I have my vented sleeve, and my upper sleeve is folded back, and that is the side at which I do the miter. The under sleeve is flat, open, and does not require a mitered corner. However, the finishing of the short end of the vent has to be sewn properly. So you'd want to fold your hem back with right sides together. Oh, I've sewn this one. Okay, fold your hem back with right sides together and sew whatever seam allowance you had provided there. Some would have left a half and some would have left a quarter. Okay, once you sew that, you clip your corner and you flip right side out, and that's what will give you what I have here. So a finished short end. Of course, I've not cleaned out all my threads, but you'd have a clean finished edge, and on the top sleeve you'd have a properly mitered corner. Okay, once you miter the corners, the next thing is for you, of course, to press down your hem allowance. So in this case, my hem allowance has been pressed down all the way around, and I have gone ahead to catch stitch the hem down. I'm sure a lot of you would probably say, why do we have to catch the hem down if we're putting a lining? Well, doing this first before attaching the lining prevents your hem from bagging out. Okay, so miter your corner, press your hem, catch stitch the hem down. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is inserting the lining into the shell sleeve. Right here, what I have is my lining. And again, as you can see my seam allowances. So the right side of the sleeve is on the inside. So the first thing you want to do is imagine if you're putting your hands in here, you don't want to see the seam allowances, okay? So when sewing the sleeve lining to the shell, it's going to be wrong side of the lining to the wrong side of the shell. So here I'm going to match up my pattern pieces. So I've got my upper sleeve and I also have my upper sleeve. And I am going to go ahead and insert my sleeve. And you can go either way, either from the sleeve opening or from the crown. What you want to be careful with is to make sure that you do not twist it in the process of inserting that sleeve, okay? So here now I have the lining inside of the shell. My lining has been pre-folded at a 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around, and that's going to assist in sewing the lining down. So I'm going to go ahead and match my seams. I hope you can see those seams. But more importantly, I'm going to match the raw edge of the lining to the raw edge of the shell hem. So these two raw edges should match, and I'm going to pin those two down. So with my pin, I'm just going to hold that in place, and I'm going to do that all the way around. Okay, So now I have gone around matching all my raw edges, and here is where I have the overlapping of the vent, okay? And it does not change when you get to that point, okay? So here you're going to see I'm just going to, again, match the raw edge to the raw edge of the sleeve and pin it in place, okay? So you can see that the sleeve is already taking shape. I'm going to pin. Again, make sure that your raw edges are matching so that you're not too far down. And there I have my sleeve completely pinned to the sleeve. Okay, my lining pinned to the sleeve. Now the next thing is just for me to go ahead and slip stitch it. So I will show you how to slip stitch it right now. Again, I have a single ply thread, and the reason is so that it doesn't show through. And you are going to go ahead and slip stitch the very edge of the lining to the very edge of the sleeve. Okay? This is a horrible, I need to reset.